Hey Garage Fabbers, it's been a minute, and by a minute, I mean, what, 4 months? For those of you that are subscribed to the channel, which is going to be pretty much the only people that see this video, you already know that I took some time away from YouTube to build a bedroom and install a shower downstairs from my mother-in-law. My brother from Colorado flew in to help me out, and to be honest, we've been done with the project for a very, very long time. I have been having a really hard time getting motivated to get back out in the garage and start making videos again. And I have you to thank for that. Sounds weird? Let me explain. When I posted my farewell video, I got hundreds of comments along the lines of, "You're the man, go take care of your mother, family first, take all the time that you need, and we'll be here when you get back." Honestly, that was probably the closest I've been to crying in a long time. It allowed me to work on the house project and not feel rushed. And we did a really, really good job. You can't tell that the house didn't come this way. There will be a video. I'll get to show you all of this as soon as I get all the footage edited. After the project was finished, I got to spend some quality time with my brother, who I don't get to see a whole lot since he lives in Colorado. And that was incredible. Once he had to go home, I was already in the mode of not doing anything, just relaxing and enjoying life and hanging out with family, which is not really something I do, sadly. YouTube takes so much time. And for those of you that don't know, I have a full-time day job as a mechanic, and YouTube itself is kind of a full-time job. I'm not complaining. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time, and hopefully it's something that will eventually pay the bills enough that I can do it full-time, all the time. Can you imagine getting paid just to go out in the garage and tinker for a while? It sounds like a dream to me. It sounds like an early retirement. But alas, it doesn't pay the bills, so I still have to have a day job. So I'm gone for 9 hours during the day, and then I come home and film and edit. And I don't get the amount of family time that I should have, mostly because I'm pushing myself to get videos out. And unfortunately, the family life kind of suffers. But while taking time off for this house project, it kind of made me realize just how good life is. I have spent so much time with my wife, and I don't want it to end. I just want to spend every minute of every day with her. And on top of that, it's summer in Vegas and it's getting miserable, so that doesn't help motivation either. Regardless, if it's something that I really want to pay the bills one day, I need to get back to working really hard and just not forget how important it is to spend time with family. But first, I need to get the ball rolling a little bit. Maybe just a little project will get the juices flowing, and I'll actually want to be out in the garage again. And I've got an idea. One of the bigger projects I'm working on right now is a custom bed for a friend of mine on his Isuzu mini truck. And while he was here, he was telling me the way he gets motivated when working in his garage is he puts on a YouTube channel of the work that he's doing. And I kind of got excited when he told me that, because I realized I used to watch fabrication videos all the time. And while watching the videos, I would get super excited and I would want to go out in the garage and do what they were doing. And that's how Garage Fab came to be. Eventually, I wanted to be the guy that was creating the videos. That said, his idea of putting a TV in the garage where I'm meant to work sounds like a huge distraction, but given my beginning in YouTube, it makes a whole lot of sense. So, you want to hear the plan? This is one of my film production lights that I use while filming YouTube videos. It's hanging from the ceiling, and this is what I'm going to take inspiration from. It's just a rectangle panel with this interesting little bracket and some knobs on the side that allow me to tilt it and pitch it however I want. I can also rotate it left and right. I can also move it up and down, but that's not going to be a thing. This is a TV I picked up today, a little 43-inch flat screen smart TV. It's kind of funny. When I was growing up, a 43-inch screen would have been considered a big screen TV, and now it's the smallest, cheapest thing I could find that I could have today. So I'm going to make a bracket for this TV that resembles my studio light that will allow me to change the pitch, and I'm going to attach it right smack dab in the middle of the garage above my wife's truck. The simple bracket that I'm going to make will allow me to change the angle of the TV and also rotate it to face me wherever I am in the garage at that moment. I'm choosing the middle of the garage because when I'm filming, I don't really want it in the shots. I normally aim towards the outer walls when I'm filming YouTube videos, though I'm happy to give shout outs to the YouTube channels that I watch, but I don't want them to appear in my YouTube videos. I think there might be some copyright infringement issues if I do that. So to keep the screen out of all the shots, it's going to be up in the center, and being able to change the pitch will also allow me to flip it up when I need it to be out of the way. Unfortunately, it won't flip up completely up flat to the ceiling, at least not yet, but it will allow me to gain an extra 12-ish inches just by flipping the TV horizontal. Regardless, that's the project for today. Super fast, get me some creative momentum going, and back to creating videos for you. So not a whole lot to learn on this one. My apologies, but I need this one. I need it. Little wins. I need a little win. This scrap piece of angle iron I have has a hole near the middle, so I'm going to just mark that and make that the middle. That's going to be the mount that mounts this thing to the ceiling. TV width is 38, divided by 2 is 19. So that's the top piece, super simple, 38 inches wide, hole smack dab in the middle to mount to the ceiling. The TV is 22 inches tall, and the legs on the side of this bracket don't need to reach the bottom because there will be knobs about halfway down in the center of the TV to allow the TV to pivot. So the legs don't need to be 22 inches long. Half of 22, since the knob will be halfway down, is 11 inches. But if I were to cut the legs at 11 inches, I wouldn't be able to put a knob at the 11-inch mark. I cut these out at 12 inches, and at the 11-inch mark, I made a mark where the knob is going to go. So this is the ceiling side of the bracket, all done. I think I'm going to take a moment and knock off some sharp corners here and there, just out of pride. Get rid of a little bit of the surface rust, maybe paint it. I don't really care. I just want to get this done, but this is getting me back in the mood for getting out in the garage and doing some real projects. So ceiling part is done. All that's left is to build a bracket that bolts to the back of the TV, and I got some spare knobs that I'm going to use to tighten it down. Not unlike the knobs on the side of the helmet. My plan for the part of the bracket that bolts to the back of the TV is to have some threads on the ends for the knobs. What I decided to do when cutting out this bracket was leave on some tabs that will get folded over and welded. But before I do that, I want to weld on some nuts on the back side. Voila, captured nuts. I am trying my hardest not to care about this project, but I've got to do something to make it look not so slapped together. And the easiest way of doing that, I think, is just to cut a bunch of evenly spaced holes. I started using this little scribe tool that I found on Amazon. It's pretty cool. That way the centers of all the holes are exactly the same. Then I just need to evenly space them out. And I did that with a rivet spacer I found ages ago.
Over the last several months, I have come to realize that hoarding isn't bad. Disorganized hoarding is terrible when you save everything and you can't find it and the clutter that comes along with it. But organized hoarding is absolutely brilliant.
Organization isn't perfect, but we're definitely getting there. These were some of the greatest things I ever purchased. All the little trinkets that I find all get organized in these. And as a matter of fact, I need one of these to attach this thing to the ceiling. A washer would be good. I like it. And I need something to keep this thing away from the ceiling a little bit so that it doesn't grind. And I got a whole drawer full of bushings. Got some little guys. That's nice. I like that. If that fits. Nope, it does not fit. How about that? A little plastic one? Yeah, there we go. So washer on one side, little bushing on the other side to keep it away from the ceiling so that it doesn't tear up the ceiling when it spins. And I need some knobs. Nope. For the sides of the TV that resemble those knobs on the side of, there we go. Haha, nice. So I got two of these. I got two. I do. All right. I decided last minute that these knobs were going to be kind of annoying, sitting completely flush up against the bracket. So I went back to the bushing drawer and found these little guys that fit perfect right on the knob. And that will keep the knob away from the bracket just a little bit. Just me being picky.
Heavier than I thought it was going to be.
Yes, I am super happy with this. Bring on the motivation. What do we got? Ooh, Garage Fab.
Hey Garage Fabbers, you're not but today we're working on the Mighty Max. Finally getting back on. A long time ago.
It definitely helped with the motivation, guys, but it hasn't made it any cooler in here. So, yeah, with that, I guess I'm just gonna have to say, even when your stretchy bits are stuck to your thighs, you gotta just keep moving forward. It's good to be back, guys. See you in the next one. Thank you guys for sticking around on this silly little project and my return from peace and tranquility. Before I go, I wanted to introduce you to a new member of my family. This is my new daily driver. It's a 2008 Toyota Yaris. My brother and my wife call it the Blueberry. This is not a project. However, I made a bet with my brother a long time ago. I could make anything cool, and I think this would be the perfect challenge. But I need your assistance. I would like your opinion. Do I make this low and race car-y, or do I lift it and go off-road with it? This is not going to take away from my other projects, even a little bit. I need to finish my wife's truck. I want to get started on my truck. This can't take any extra time, like any. Just some simple bolt-on modifications, and we'll call it good. Let me know in the comments. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.